Okay, well, we are in West Virginia at a cabin. My husband's teaching at a mountain bike festival today, so we're on an adventure and it'll be fun. Through this month, we've been talking about change and transition. But today, I just want to focus on the place where we have the most agency and power is in the present moment. And it's really easy for us to get caught up in how things went in the past, what we worry about in the future. And those are places where we really can't do a whole lot about, right? But we can just take what is right before us. And without resistance, just say yes to the experience we're having. And that's not always pleasant because we're not always having a pleasant experience in the present moment. But that's the only place that we can affect any change. But often we just have to accept and surrender to what is now, just saying yes to what is now. So we'll just kind of move pretty fluidly and slowly this morning. I forgot my notebook, so it's just going to be kind of what happens today. But I think we'll start seated, and as you bring your awareness to your breath, also just start moving. Just let your torso sway. You can sit on anything that you need to help your spine be upright. You can sway from side to side, or you can even start to make some circles here. And feel your hips. But don't worry about trying to make this big or grand, or even to feel any sensation really potently or strongly. Just use this little bit of movement to start to check in with your body. Notice what places feel stiff or painful, and see if you can find the places that aren't calling attention to themselves. If you've gone one direction, if you're doing circles, just switch. And see if you can find a size of circle or sway here that can just really be soothing. So that you can just really start to feel your body move. And then let those circles get smaller until you come to a still place, right in the center. And just bring your fingertips to your shoulders and use your elbows to draw big circles. Just draw some big circles with your elbows. And you can let your spine come along if you want. Let it just feel intuitive and easy. And after you've gone one direction several times, just switch. Like your little chicken wings. And then keep your fingers on your shoulders. Just come to stillness, elbows wide. And then lengthen your left arm and just look to your left. And then lengthen your right arm and look to your right. And then we'll change our gaze and look toward our bent arm and straighten the other arm. Look away from your straight arm. And then release your arms. You can kind of shake that out a little bit. And then lean back. You can use your hands to prop you up and just bring your feet out in front of you and a little bit wider than your hips. And just start to find some windshield wipers here. Just rocking. And it doesn't have to be your knee coming all the way to the floor. But just kind of fluidly moving through that internal and external rotation of your hips. If you want to get your upper body involved and make it more of a twist, you can take an opposite arm and reach around as you go from side to side. I have my really thin floppy mat today, travel mat. Let it be pretty intuitive as you just move and roll. And reach through your arms. In a fluid way. After you reached one more time, we'll just make our way to our backs. So knees bent, you can hold on to the backs of your thighs, let yourself roll down and set yourself up like you would for a bridge. And we'll just lift our right knee up off the floor and draw some circles. And draw some circles with that right knee. And then you can switch directions. And they don't have to be big. We're just kind of getting some movement in that joint. And then cross your right ankle over your left knee. And then you can just windshield wiper that left knee from side to side and rock on your hips here. There's not really any right or wrong. We're just kind of using this practice today as a massage. See if you can relax your face and your breathing. And really focus on breathing into your front low ribs. Come back to center, uncross this right leg and just lengthen your right arm alongside your ear. And then we'll roll over onto the right side. You can bend your elbow and have it on your head, or just have it long and rest your head on your bicep, on that right bicep, and just rock a little bit here. And kind of think of massage the whole length of that right side of your body, especially your right armpit there. It may feel good to have like a rolled towel or something under your armpit, or a yoga block or blanket. Just take maybe one more rock there. And then we'll roll all the way onto our belly. Take your right arm out to the side, either straight out to the side. So either you're straight out to the side or bent. Let your right cheek come to the floor. Use your left hand as a little kickstand and just roll your right. Maybe your left toes come to the floor, you can do, but maybe you just roll a little bit. And then breathe 360 degrees around your lowest rib cage. And then roll all the way onto your belly and find the Sphinx pose here. Just kind of notice the difference from one shoulder to the other. And tuck your chin. Let your upper spine really round and start to draw your sternum in, your low ribs in, your belly in. And then drop everything down. And just let your gaze come forward with your chin. Move with your breath there. Let yourself hear the length of your breath as you inhale, as you exhale. And you inhale and exhale. And come back to a neutral place where you can find some length here. And then just bend your left knee and kind of draw some circles here. So we're moving through that hip joint a little bit differently and moving through your knee joint. And just draw some circles with that left leg. And then you can switch directions. And then release that one and just start drawing some circles with your right. So just bend your knee and then let that leg come straight. And then switch directions. Keep that right knee bent. Lengthen through your right arm in front of you. Use your left hand. And actually, I guess we're going to want to bend our left knee to roll back onto your back. And set yourself back up for your bridge here. And take a few seconds here to just bring your hands to your low ribs. Breathe in for a count of 4. Let those lowest ribs expand into the floor and your hands. Pause for a count of 4. Exhale for a count of 4. Pause for a count of 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Do more. One more round there on your own. Just that breath. And we'll take that left knee and draw it in circles. One time, one direction a couple of times, the other direction a couple of times, stirring through that hip. And then take that left knee on top of your right thigh and just rock it from side to side. And let this kind of feel like a massage without any rigidity. And come back to center and cross that leg. Reach your left arm long alongside your ear and just roll over onto that left side and find those little rocks on your left side. And so you could have your hand on your head or your head on your bicep. Just rock along that left side of your body. And let it just be a signal to your nervous system that you're okay. You're just kind of like a baby getting rocked. And stay here for just maybe 2 more rocks back and forth. And then roll all the way onto your belly and find that either straight left arm or cactus left arm. Cactus will be a little bit more intense of a stretch. And drop your left shoulder into the floor. Look to your right. You can use your right fingertips as a little kickstand. As you twist that shoulder. And then we'll unwind and come into a Sphinx pose again. And we'll just start to find some twists. So you'll look over your left shoulder and bend your right knee. And then switch sides and just kind of look back. You're just kicking your legs. See if you can kind of relax through your lower back as you do this, back and forth. And then pause in the center. Take your right hand toward the top right corner of your mat, left hand back alongside your chest, and then inhale. Keep your legs as they are. Just look over your left shoulder as you lengthen your arms. And then we'll just switch, going back and forth here. And with that left hand forward, will be our last time here. Come down and bring your hands alongside your chest. Push yourself up into a table. And then find some circles with your pelvis here. And you can let your whole spine get involved. And then switch directions. And then find a central place. Keep your knees and hips where they are, and just walk your arms out a little bit longer. Lift your bum up and then let your forehead maybe come to the floor or a block if you need it. Bring your forehead to a block, and you can rock a little from side to side. Walk your hands back towards your knees. Just tuck your toes. We'll stretch our toes if that feels okay for you. And we'll just find some shoulder circles. So just swim one arm back and then the other. And don't really worry about doing it right. Breathe into the bottoms of your feet. Come up if it's too much to have that weight there. hands to the floor. Just lift your knees up off the floor and bring your feet to the floor. Finding a standing forward fold, but really like make it soft and easy. Sway from side to side. And interlace your fingers in front of you, soften through your knees. Roll yourself up to standing and bring your hands to the level of your heart. And then soften through your knees and really push your interlaced fingers forward, your palms away from you. And you can lengthen up, reach your arms as high as they'll go. Keep those low ribs rooting down. Take your left foot and cross it behind your right. And then just find a side bend over to your right. And cross your legs, come back through center. Release your hands. You can interlace your fingers behind you. Maybe draw elbows toward each other. Maybe hands towards straight. Maybe just these hands stay at the back of your pelvis. And let yourself, sneeze. Fold forward. Maybe you stretch your arms. Release your hands. Bring your hands to the floor and just walk one handprint at a time forward into a downward facing dog. And this is kind of our peak pose today. Our downward dog. Make sure it's really falling down. And so let it feel easy and really think about finding some fluidity. So you can sway from side to side, shifting your weight from one hand to the other. You can nod your head or shake your head. Yes and no. Kind of rocking in a really soothing way. And then from here, walk your hands up toward the top of your mat. Find an easy forward fold again. And then interlace your fingers the unusual way. Soften through your knees, roll yourself up, hands to the level of your heart. And then soften your knees again, round your upper spine. You can push your palms away. And then inhale, reach high, as high as your arms and your shoulders will allow while you keep that integrity of your spine. Step your right foot behind your left this time and find a side bend. Over to your left. And then come back to center. Release your hands. Clasp the unusual way behind you. Maybe straighten the arms and then let yourself bow again over your legs. And then release your hands. Bring your fingertips to the floor. Sway a little here in your forward fold. And then bend your knees. Use your hands as much as you need to. We'll just come back down into a seat. We'll come back to those windshield wiper legs. To rock through your pelvis. If you want to add the reaches, you can. Just going to go back and forth a couple more times. And then we'll make our way back down to our backs. And if you want to have a bolster or a pillow behind you, you can totally find that support that will help you be able to really relax. So we'll lay down and I'll just guide you through a guided relaxation for our last couple of minutes together. So wherever you are, got yourself set up, make sure you've got support for your head. And start with your legs, just toes in, toes out. Just kind of rock your legs in and out. And they might start to go with each other, so it's more like windshield wipers, and you can start to get a little bit of a shaking in your pelvis. And then you can let your head look from side to side as your feet wag from side to side, and maybe even your hands move. So you're getting a little shake through your whole body and feeling that kind of glide of your skin over your muscles and bones. Just kind of loosening and massaging everything. And then let that fade away. Take a big, deep breath in. Exhale through your nose or mouth for as long as you possibly can. And do that 2 more times. A full deep inhale. And then draw your exhale out for as long as you possibly can. And as you exhale, just feel your body release into the support underneath you. And stay with those long exhales. Relax through your forehead skin and let your eyes feel heavy in their sockets. Relax your jaw, your throat, your shoulders. And think of your breath as a constant, nurturing friend that is just saying, "Dear one, I am here for you." And let yourself feel kind of cradled and cocooned in that nurturing presence. Really extending some kindness and compassion, even if your body is painful or feels stiff. So you can relax your low ribs to the floor or your blanket or prop underneath you. Really let go of your pelvis and the length of your legs. And with an inhale, scan your body for any tension. Notice if you're holding any tension anywhere. And as you exhale, see if you can let go, maybe just a little bit. And then hold on to that relaxation as you take your next inhale and scan for any more tension. And with your long exhale, see if you can let that go just a little bit more. It's just saying yes to what's here without resisting it or trying to make it go away, saying it shouldn't be this way. But a yes with some compassion and tenderness. Dear one, I am here for you. You could set a timer for 10 minutes and stay here for a little bit longer. And if you need to get on with your day, you can reach your arms over your head, find a soft bend in your knees. Roll to one side and come on up. Hopefully that kind of rocking movement today kind of left you feeling a little nourished and nurtured and cared for. The divine light in me honors the divine light in you. You have a beautiful day. Namaste.